Okay, so this is one of my more, oh, he bites. This is one of my more unconventional, hi, hi. Oh, you want some too? So I am in Arista Winery, and come here, cutie pie. And I am touring courtesy of Mr. Mark McWilliams, whose family owns this winery, and they are a working farm, not just with respect to grapes, but they also have amazing animals. These guys aren't doing a lot of work. These guys are more like the mascot of the winery. So there's 2 miniature donkeys that love to be pet. Say hello. And I am going to take you on a tour of the winery. And a couple special words from the family too, so stay tuned. Hi, cutie.
Right there. All of our animals are in that pen back behind. We got chickens and donkeys out there. No, we got the donkeys are up there right now. The goats are down below. Just that pull from about right there. Just pull it. You don't know anything. Just pull. Hard pull. There you go. Now can you eat it? Mm-hmm. This is a grapevine. There's a couple different ways you grow a vine. This is called a single, because there's just one arm here. It's called a single DO, or it's called a cane system, because the other type would be, so this is the only permanent part of the vine from here down. All of this stuff renews every year.
Oh, okay.
But there's a system that you grow a grapevine where this arm and another one stay permanent. And I won't even get into, it's complex to try to describe all that. But for this system, the way this works is we'll prune. The next step in the life cycle of this vine is that it gets pruned in February. So when we prune, the guys will cut right here, they'll cut that. When they cut that, all of this stuff falls. And what you're left with are these 3 things here. More than likely, they'll use the center one because of its position. And these are kind of like insurance policies. They'll take this one and they'll tie it down to this wire. And so next year, end vines are always weird. Don't ever look at an end vine. But like if you notice, right now, all the vines are pointing this way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next year they'll all be pointing this way. Because when we prune this off, then we'll take one of these and lay it down. Prune this off, take one of those and lay it down. It's just an efficient way to do the vineyard. But you're constantly pruning all of this wood off. And so when you take, say, this guy and lay it down, these are buds. That's a bud, that's a bud, that's a bud, that's a bud. When that's laying down, from this bud grows a shoot next year. So that was a bud, that was a bud, that was a bud, that was a bud, and that's where all the fruit comes from.
Cut that one up just because it's the oldest of the bunch?
What's
or,
that?
Like you cut that one just because it's the oldest?
Which one?
The one you said you're going to prune in February?
So we'll cut, cut that off.
Yeah, and then this one will be tied down.
We'll cut this and cut that off.
Oh, all 3.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we keep them on until
February.
in case something happened and you lost one, you want to have a backup plan.
Gotcha.
But once we tie that down,
Then
we'll cut those 2 off as well. And what will happen is when this is gone and those are gone, in the spring, as things begin to grow, just the way grapevines work, suckers or kind of volunteers will push up from here.
They'll just start coming
And
out
so
again.
that's what these were last year, was like a sucker that we just kind of like raised up and use as a renewal
And that's
cane.
one year's worth of growth on that.
Yeah,
one,
everything is 1 year.
Right.
Everything is 1 year's worth of growth. Yep, except this down, and that's been there. We planted this in 2006, so it's 11 years old now.
And did they ever get retired? They just kind of last forever.
Generally speaking, you kind of look at about 30 to 40 year life cycle on them.
Right.
For what we're doing, we own a vineyard just west of here. It's 130 years old.
Wow.
It's a really old vineyard.
Wow.
So that's an exception. I would hope that these guys could live to be 70 years old, 80 years old. Pretty
What is it?
See his butt.
You see his little butt? Does he not have underwear on?
No.
Oh, that silly chicken.
There tends to kind of be this.
It'll be your kids' problem to.
Right. Speaking of kids' problem, did he tell you about the donkeys?